Few topics create more confusion among Christians than money. Not because the Bible is silent on the subject, quite the contrary, but because it often feels like we're being pulled in two different directions at the same time. On one page, we're warned about greed, covetousness, and storing up treasures on earth. Jesus tells us to be on guard against every form of greed. Paul warns that the love of money is a root of all sorts of evil. Then we turn the page and discover a God who fills creation with beauty. A God who could have made a world entirely functional, but instead filled it with mountains, sunsets, music, good food, and countless things that exist for no reason other than enjoyment. The same Bible that warns us against worshiping possessions also tells us that God richly supplies us with all things to enjoy. So where's the line? Is it okay to buy the nicer truck? What about the nicer house, the expensive vacation, the premium golf clubs, the quality pair of boots that will last 20 years? At what point does enjoying God's gifts become loving God's gifts too much? Today we're exploring a question that many Christians ask, but few know how to answer. Is it okay to buy nice things? Welcome to Plan to Prosper, where we exist to honor God by helping faithful servants steward their finances wisely and build wealth that endures for generations. All right, Logan. Last week we talked about the guy that all he wanted to do was enjoy life in the Bible, the rich fool, and we were giving, I think, appropriate warnings against living like that. But today we're going to kind of flip the switch a little bit and talk about, is it ever okay to buy nice things and enjoy them?
Never at all.
Well, thanks for listening. Tune in again next week. No. We're going to talk about, is it sinful to buy nice things or even expensive things?
Yeah. The answer is no.
Sweet. So let's get into why we believe that and some different ways to talk about this, because it's not just, I think there's kind of two ways to think about this. One, there are necessities like your house.
Yeah. Food, water,
your car in the modern world.
Gas.
Yeah. And you can choose to spend more money, go more expensive on those things, buy a bigger house, buy the nicer car, buy the all organic food or whatever, as opposed to just cutting corners and going as cheap as possible on the necessities.
McDonald's.
Right. And then there's like things that you don't even need to buy at all. Like you don't ever have to spend money on this thing. And yet it serves you for a certain reason and you find yourself wanting to spend. So there's kind of two ways to think about this question. Not just, do I have to cut corners every single possible opportunity I get? But also, like, is it ever okay for me to buy a luxury item that I didn't need in the first place?
Can I have a hobby?
Yeah, exactly. So, I think just right off the bat, I think two bad assumptions would be, if it's expensive, it's sinful.
Yeah.
I don't think you should think that way. I also think the other one would be, if I can afford it, it's fine. Like,
as a bad assumption.
It's a bad assumption.
Yep.
Just because you can afford it doesn't mean you should buy it.
Right.
Before we get into it, actually, I wanted to throw this out at you, a little trivia. For the average American household, on an annual basis, what are the top 5 discretionary spending categories? Would you think? I have the top 5 listed here, and this is non-essentials, so this isn't housing or food.
Vacation.
That would be number 2. Entertainment and travel. The average American household spends about $3,600 a year on that.
Eating out?
Eating out is number 1.
Okay. So
average American household spends about $4,000 a year on eating out and food delivery.
Is car a necessity or?
No. I'm sorry. Yes, that is a necessity.
So that wouldn't be on the list. Man, what else is on the list? Entertainment would include like going to sporting events, things like that.
So, yeah.
Boy,
At the top 2 right off the bat.
Would like sports for kids be discretionary?
It's not on here, at least. One of these is arguably essential, but I suppose it's not at the same time.
Schooling?
No. Number 3 is apparel, shoes, and accessories. So I think like jewelry,
that makes sense.
Expensive shoes. Like obviously you need to wear clothes. We're not nudists here, but you can obviously go way overboard and spend a ton of money on clothing.
Like
so that'd be number 3.
Who have closets full of shoes.
Yeah, so that's about $2,000 a year. The average household spends.
Okay.
Two more.
Man. I already said vacation. I already mentioned, so we got vacation, travel, entertainment, eating out, just good food in general.
No. One of these is I don't think you probably spend too much money here just because you don't need to.
Hair.
Yeah, personal care and beauty. I would think that.
Whoa.
Hair appointments. I mean, you know, hopefully you buy
I'm
toothpaste.
beautiful.
Yeah. And a razor to shave that head of yours. But that's like a one-time thing, kind of. There's not a ton of ongoing costs. But yeah, personal care and beauty, I don't exactly know what's all wrapped up in that. But the average American household spends a little under $1,000 a year.
I got American-made razors, a pack of 75 for $5.
That's pretty good. I use a safety razor. Not that
that's what I use too.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, it's sweet, dude.
Yeah, I just take it apart and put the new razor in, and
lasts forever.
Yeah.
High quality, the nice heavy duty stainless steel. Sweet. All right, last one. You definitely spend in this category.
Alcohol.
Yes, about $640 a year on average.
Okay.
That's kind of less than I might have thought. But it is
a little
average.
Surprised.
Yeah.
But it's average, but I'm surprised that 640 is number 5 on the list.
Right.
But I guess I could only come up with the top 2, so.
Yeah. So anyway, let's talk before we we're at towards the end of this episode, Logan and I are gonna get into what we personally find helpful or what we personally spend a little bit more money on than maybe the average person.
Yeah.
I don't exactly know how we want to qualify it, but things that we think are worth spending maybe a little bit more money. We're not extravagant or anything like that, but we'll get into that. But before we do, we'll kind of give a biblical defense of enjoying good things and why we think that this is not only allowable, but I think it is an important way to spend some aspects of your life. Not your entire life, like the guy last week. All he wanted to do, the rich fool, was enjoy his life and just enjoy earthly pleasures.
Right.
That's not what we're calling you to hear today. But there is some level, some degree in which that is 100%, again, not just allowable, but you can glorify God and it should be pursued.
Yeah, and it's a way to enjoy God.
Yes. So I mentioned this in the cold open. 1 Timothy 6:17 says, God richly provides us with all things to enjoy. God is not a miser. He has made a really, really beautiful world with lots of wonderful things in it for us to enjoy.
And he's given us the ability to create great things out of what he's provided.
Right.
Like I don't know if we talked about it, but I think it was, I'm going to say Joe Rigney, but that might be wrong. But somebody, I think it was him, said that the reason that in communion it's bread and wine and not like wheat and grapes is because God wants us to create nice things.
Oh, that's really good. What's that country song that's like God made corn and corn makes whiskey or whatever?
Yep.
Yeah, like that God gives us all the raw materials we need to be able to create things like tiramisu or a beautiful chocolate cake, like just these absolutely delicious things that we enjoy. I think that's taking dominion. I think that's part of the cultural mandate that he calls us to in Genesis 2, to take dominion of the earth. I think that as a result, we get to enjoy his creation even more as a result. Like we're not just eating raw cacao beans off the tree, which would be kind of bitter and not actually all that tasty. But somebody discovered that you can mix this with sugar and whatever to make a delicious treat.
Yeah. I wonder how even like who the first person was that was like, oh, you know what? Actually, this orange is a lot better if I peel the skin off.
Right. I know. It's fun to think about that stuff. Like we had those snack crackers in the office a few weeks ago that are cheddar crackers with peanut butter sandwiched between them. And I thought, those are delicious, by the way, but who thought to put cheddar cheese and peanut butter together? What a terrible idea that was. And yet, what a slam dunk that turned out to be. They really cranked that one out of the park.
Yeah.
And I think that's the other verse. I think it's in Proverbs that it's the glory of God to conceal things, and it's the glory of kings to seek them out. Mm-hmm. That I bet we've only just tapped the surface of what is discoverable in creation. Of like, wow, this is incredible.
You come up with that verse after peanut butter and cheddar.
That's right, man. The kings discovered that one. God hid that one from the beginning of time, and we found it.
Yep,
it's a good one. I think enjoyment is a a part of your spiritual life that you are, as long as you're glorifying God with it. You can obviously enjoy earthly things not to the glory of God in a sinful way, but you can absolutely enjoy creation and glorify him through it.
Yeah, you can enjoy bad things, or you can just enjoy good things too much.
Yep. Yeah, recognizing the giver of the gifts, not just recognizing the gifts.
Right.
When we can enjoy the giver through the gifts he's given us. The gifts should be, they're like a finger pointing us back to God. Mm-hmm. When we look at the stars in the night sky on a beautiful, clear summer night, that should be pointing us to the glory of God. It's not the end in and of itself, just like any other enjoyable thing in creation. It's all should be pointing us back to God.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm always struck when I read the Old Testament, the instructions God gives to Moses for the tabernacle. Mm-hmm. It's long. Like it's chapters and chapters and chapters of ornate details and like the most minuscule things.
Really, really nice things.
Really nice things.
I mean, the amount of money it must have taken to build is just incredible.
Yeah, the fabrics that were required, like every single thing is laid out. The exact measurements for the tables, the woods that they'd be using, and all that stuff.
Gold and precious stones.
It goes into such in-depth detail on it, and it would have been just a sight to behold.
Yeah.
Same thing with the temple when that was built. We see kind of this all over the place, that there's skilled craftsmen that you see throughout Scripture, and they're not like talked like that they're to be sought out for some of these special tasks.
Right. I think even like more like the robes that the priests were supposed to wear, they probably would have been decent.
Ephods,
decent too, because of like the colors that were needed, and
they were like purple. And they had like these gems in them and stuff.
Yep.
Super cool.
Yeah. So God enjoys when we create things with quality as well.
Right. And then, we'll get into some more. Yeah, I think there's a lot here. Like what makes something expensive? I think the quality is a big piece of it. But there's a lot of things to what would make something more expensive. But the next thing that we would want to talk about is the real issue is not whether or not something is expensive, whether or not it's allowable, but where is your heart in this? And last week's episode is a really helpful precursor to this whole conversation. So go back and listen to that if you haven't already. But in Luke chapter 12, the rich fool, his heart was not in the right place.
Right. All
All he wanted to do was enjoy his life here on earth. He had no heavenly vision. He had no vision really beyond himself. He like, even if it was to enjoy it, but to enjoy it, like allow his kids to enjoy it or his wife to enjoy it. Like, okay, there's some level of, you can understand that a little bit, but there's nothing about that in the parable. It's just, he wants to enjoy it just himself,
right,
and never work again.
Yeah. There's the rich fool. There's also the rich young ruler, who I think was more of a, he enjoyed the status of everything he had, and that's why he didn't want to give it all away. That's kind of that he had kind of made his identity in all of his possessions. Yeah.
So I think a helpful question to ask yourself when considering any purchase, especially something that might be more on the expensive side or something that you wouldn't necessarily ordinarily spend that much money on, would just ask, why do I want this?
Yeah. Or just something you don't need.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Or even if it is a need and you're thinking about spending more money on it, like why do I want this particular, like why do I not want the cheaper version? Why do I want something that's a little bit more expensive? Is it
I can buy a car for $15,000 or $50,000?
Right. So utility, is it going to serve me better? Beauty, do I just enjoy the aesthetics of it, how it's going to improve my day-to-day life? Because I don't know, you have a house and everybody lives somewhere that you can beautify your house with things that you don't need. You don't need to hang a picture on the wall.
Right. You're
going to survive without that. And yet if you have just a bare house with nothing, no decor, like, it's not a real homely place to live. And it actually does serve quite a huge function in your house when you're building a family and giving your kids a place to feel like home.
And if you have people over and you've got nothing on your walls, you might think you're a psychopath.
It's a little weird, yeah. I think there's like this trend, like to show a picture of a guy's apartment when he's just single, and it's just like a single folding chair and a TV that's like just on the floor, and it's like dudes can really live like this and see no problem with it. And all dudes universally are like, when you're single, you 100% can live like that. You don't need
a sink full of dishes.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just like I am very low maintenance in this world. And then you get married and things change. But yeah, I think beautifying your house is a good thing.
Yeah.
Status, that's a good question to ask. Am I just doing this to impress other people?
Right. Yeah. You don't need it. You might not even enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's just if I get this, people are really going to think good things about me.
Yep. Envy. Did you just see somebody else that had this thing and you didn't even know it existed until 5 minutes ago and you go, boy, I want that.
I think it's a big one with social media. It's easy for like, ooh, they went on a nice vacation. Let me plan a nice vacation now too.
Yeah. Or the ads are perfectly curated to the things that you're interested in because they know all the things that you've been watching on your little Instagram or your whatever. And then they go, hey, this guy's really into fitness. Let me show him this new fitness product that he's never even known existed. Or
I met somebody the other day that worked for a school. And so I Googled the school and now all of my Facebook and Instagram ads are that school.
Yeah,
I'm not even interested in the school. They just know that I Googled it.
Leave me alone. Another question to ask is what happens if I don't have this?
Yeah.
Am I going to be okay? Is this really going to is it going to ruin my life if I don't get this thing? Am I going to be disappointed, devastated?
If it's food, you might not survive, but
True.
Things like nice cars, nice watches, nice golf clubs, you'll probably be fine.
Yeah. And finally, one other question would be, would I still buy it if nobody ever even knew about it? If it just for me, like, would I still want to buy it because it serves my life better? And nobody ever knows about it. So it's not a status thing. You're not showing it off. You're not flaunting it. It's just something that I can't think of an example, but something that you need just for yourself. And would you still buy it because it serves you, not just trying to impress other people?
And you're saying that as if the answer is yes, I
think it's a good thing.
Good thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it should serve you. It should not be a tool necessarily that you're using. It shouldn't be something that you're trying to impress other people with necessarily. I do think there might be some things that you want to buy, and we'll get to that when we get to our examples, that are for other people as well. And I think you've mentioned on the podcast, the house that you bought, you guys really like having people over and hosting people. And that was a big reason why you guys wanted to buy it. So I think it serves you guys well, but it also, you use it to serve other people.
Yeah.
So I think this diagnostic question only applies to certain things probably.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that makes sense.
I think it's still helpful to ask.
Yeah. I think I would have bought my house either way though.
Good. Yeah, it's a nice house.
Yeah. We enjoy it.
Good. I think there's a difference between stewardship and being frivolous. And it's important to kind of balance those things.
Aren't they kind of opposite?
Yeah. True. I think actually what I meant to say was frugality. Stewardship versus frugality. I think there's a difference between those things. I think you can be a really good steward and actually spend a little bit more money. And you could be a bad steward and be extremely frugal. I think that those two things are possible.
Yep, I agree.
So a few things. A purchase is, we have a few things here, is more likely wise when you can truly afford it. You're not going into debt for it.
Yep.
What else?
You'd mentioned the fact that you don't want to go into at least high interest debt. So like a house,
sure,
you can go into debt for that. We're not saying never go into debt, but you can, it also doesn't affect your ability to continue giving in the manner that you would like.
Yeah.
That would be another one.
Yeah. So is your giving suddenly going down?
Right.
Because you bought something that you probably really couldn't afford outside of that without reducing your giving.
Yep. You're not destroying your future plans, the things that you want to do in the future. So, excuse me, I can go on a really nice vacation right now, but I won't be able to. I have a desire to also send my kids to college, and I won't be able to do that.
Yeah. Or you go, I need to reduce my 401k contributions down to like nothing for a little while so that I can pay off this thing that I just bought.
Right.
That's not a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. So retirement, things like that. Don't completely drain your emergency savings to buy something that you just kind of want. What else?
I think it's wise if it serves a real purpose in your life. And again, the purpose could be seemingly like not a necessity. Like it's not, I don't think the argument here that it has to be, oh, you need you need to eat. You need to have a house.
Right.
I think there can just be, I really enjoy this hobby and this particular item would help me along in this hobby. And to do it really well and to enjoy it even more than I do now. I think that's okay.
Yeah. Yep.
But it serves a real purpose in that.
Right. Yeah. Even right now, my wife is painting a room in our house.
Nice.
So, I mean, I think there's usefulness in that. It's the room that she's going to start using for homeschooling. So just trying to make it look nicer. So
wonderful.
There's kind of a beauty, family enjoyment, even kind of an education purpose there.
Yeah. I think the big thing is you'll know it's wise if it's planned. You're thoughtful about it. You maybe needed to set aside some money for a little while beforehand. Like it's not an impulsive thing. And I think
it always feels kind of good. Like, oh, I was actually able to save up for this.
Yeah. We did a whole episode on the treat yourself thing. And that was a big theme, is that like, there's just way too much emotional impulsive spending that can just creep into your life.
Yep.
And wise purchases are often, maybe not 100% always, but often going to be thought about well ahead of time and planned for.
Yeah. Yep.
So then on the flip side, it's kind of the same thing. A purchase is going to be more foolish when you're using debt to fund it. You have to pause savings contributions, or you're draining emergency funds. You're draining the wrong accounts to take care of it. You didn't think about it at all. You just impulsively decided to do it. I think it's fairly obvious.
Right.
When something's going to be foolish.
Yep.
Sometimes spending is not just about being luxury. Like I'm not just buying a Rolex, but it is about, I want to buy less but higher quality things that I don't have to buy as frequently. Yeah. And that was kind of what I was getting at earlier, is that you can buy something that instead of, oh boy, it broke a year after I bought it and I have to buy another one and keep buying it, and this cycle repeats itself. I'm going to spend more money right now, and then I'm never going to have to buy this thing again.
Yeah. In my own life, I think a decent example that didn't work out as well as we hoped, but hopefully it will now, is my wife and I have gone through in our marriage so many cars. It's just so frustrating to like be driving and break down and get stuck. And so we decided, all right, you know what? We're finally just going to buy a new car. We'll be the first ones to drive it and all of that. And that was the goal. We won't have to buy cars as often. We ended up buying a Lemon, but now we've got another new car that hopefully will not turn into a Lemon.
Yes. How's that turning out so far?
So far, so good, but we're only at 3,000 miles, and I think our last car turned into a Lemon at like 9,000. So just kind of that. All right, fingers hopefully, crossed, feel kind of burned. Yeah. So
totally understand that. I think being frugal is, I think it's a good thing in general. Like I think frugality is not a bad thing, but I think stewardship is a better thing to think about. And being a good steward sometimes means thinking far enough ahead to realize, I don't want to have to buy this every 3 years. I don't want to have to buy this every year. I want to plan for the future with this purchase so that this is maybe the last time I have to buy it, at least for a long while. Because if I go cheap now, I just know that it's going to break. It's going to fall apart, whatever the thing might be. And I don't want to have to do it. So it's kind of a twofold thing. Like there's part of it is I don't have to replace this as frequently and ultimately spend more money in the long run. But because I'm buying a nicer quality thing, whatever the thing is, my enjoyment of it will increase. Like naturally, you just enjoy higher quality things. Like, I don't know, you go to the dollar store and you see all this like cheap stuff from China. Like none of that is inspiring. Like none of those products are like, wow, I really enjoy using this thing that I got at the dollar store, this cutting board, this knife for the kitchen, this cooking utensil. Like it's all garbage. Yeah. But when you buy something that's really nice, the first time you do that, you're like, wow, this is sweet. Like I can't wait to cook on this new stainless steel pan or whatever that you just bought that spent a little bit more money on. Yeah. And I think you also naturally take care of it a little bit more. Yeah. I mean, I can think of a variety of things that I probably do take care of a little bit more than whatever it replaced that wasn't as high quality. Yeah, for sure. So with all that, do we want to get into some things that you and I personally find value in spending a little bit more on?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Do you want to go first?
Yeah. Well, you already gave away one of mine, housing.
Oh, sorry.
I think that, yeah, I mean, if you, my wife and I enjoy hosting. We've talked about that before. But also we just have, I mean, we're a family of 6 now, and we could have, it would have been tight, but could have continued to live in our previous house and squeezed all the kids in the bedrooms and everything. And, but I think for good enjoyment, enjoyment as a family, but also to have the ability to host well, we upgraded our house.
Good. Totally agree. I think that was a good move. I've shared this one before, but when we first got married, we went to Bob's Discount Furniture and bought a sectional couch for our living room that was on sale. Like we went to Bob's Discount Furniture, which honestly, if you've ever been there, that stuff is not all that discounted. It's fairly pricey. I suppose it's cheaper than like Raymore and Flanagan or whatever. But so we went there.
I don't think I've ever been there. I don't think
Bob's
I've ever.
Discount. Yeah, it's kind of expensive. Like our bedroom set was from there, and it was pretty pricey. But anyway, that I do kind of regret that one. But we bought a couch in the clearance section. So we were already at Discount Furniture, and then we went to the clearance section, found this sectional that was just on sale, and it was $700. And we decided to buy it. We needed a couch, so we bought that. 2 years into our marriage, it broke. My buddy came over, and he's kind of a taller guy. He just sat down on it, and the framing just completely broke underneath him. So we needed to replace it, and we decided to buy a Lovesac, and that was significantly more expensive than we would have really considered previously. Like it just was a very pricey couch, but I don't regret it at all now because we have kids now. The covers are washable. It's just, it has lifetime warranty and all structural parts. So if anything did break, we could just get it replaced. And because it's a Lovesac, you can actually configure it different ways. And if we ever wanted a new couch, we could just buy a few more pieces and just rearrange the existing stuff we have into basically brand new couches, and we could do whatever we want with it. So it's pretty cool, pretty nifty, pretty flexible. And I think it's going to last us a long, long time that I won't have to replace it for maybe ever, but at least for a good while.
That's a good one. Something that I've never really thought about, but maybe I'll consider now. I think all of our couches have been free, which probably tells you the quality.
Maybe.
I would say one of ours is vacation.
Yeah.
I think there are kind of 2 thoughts around vacation. We typically just like to enjoy less stress around vacation and like go somewhere where we know that we can kind of afford everything. And so you're not really thinking like, oh, like, should we go here, you know, should I get this off the menu or this off the, you know, just kind of enjoying the family time.
Yeah.
Not really stressing about the different things that you can do on vacation or whatever. So that we can just kind of enjoy family time.
Those are some core memories for the family that your kids will remember, and that's good. I had family trips on here as well. I've said this on the podcast as well, but I am going to reiterate it here because I believe this one for sure. A good pillow and a good mattress. I recently bought a nicer pillow, and it's changed everything about my sleep. I'm still obsessed with it, and I would like to go all in on that mattress now. The same brand of pillow. I want to buy their mattress, but that's really expensive, so we haven't done that yet. But I think it'll come at some point when we can plan for it a little bit better than we can right now.
And I just got to make sure the kids don't wake you up.
True. Yeah. Good night's sleep, man. I was saying right before we recorded that our daughter, our 4-month-old, woke us up at 4 a.m. So a little groggy today because of that. But a good night's sleep really makes a difference, and a quality mattress will help you get there.
Yeah, definitely. And just make you a better person in general. Yeah. Recently, I did a date night with my wife to celebrate an anniversary, and in that, it was a celebration of an anniversary, so it was more than we would typically spend, but very enjoyable. and just a good time to enjoy the relationship with my wife, and not really worry about, like, we went to a decent restaurant in the city, and in Philadelphia, and then saw a show, and so it was nice.
What was the show?
It was The Notebook, the musical.
What'd you think?
I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was, at first I was like, you know what, I'm going to get this for our anniversary just to show Danielle that I can sit through, and because she loves the movie. But I'll admit that I enjoyed the show.
All right.
It was cool.
Good.
They had this scene with the rain coming down, and they actually did it on stage.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. I will reserve judgment.
I'm look off your face.
Listen, I can respect some good entertainment, just like that. Yeah.
You're a musical guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you like to play music.
I like music. Yeah. And I there are some musicals that I love. Sweeney Todd, great one.
I haven't seen it.
It's fun. I've never actually seen a live Broadway show. I've just seen movies.
I actually do not like movie musicals at all.
Yeah.
I would say the only one that I probably like is The Sound of Music.
Okay.
But like everything else, I'm like, this is a movie. I shouldn't have to sit here and listen to people sing.
Fair enough. Yeah, I can understand that. I have a big priority in our house is just what are we putting in our bodies nutrition wise. So we try to buy more quality food, and not try to cut tons of corners here. Now we probably spend too much more than I would like on groceries in general, but we buy just higher quality because I think the nutrients that we can get from higher quality meats are going to be better than if you get lower quality, and the taste is going to make a difference, and it's going to be more enjoyable, and our kids are going to enjoy it more. And I look for fair trade coffee that's not produced with slave labor because it's going to taste better, but it's also, I think, more ethical thing to do. Same thing with chocolate. We're big into treats at our house.
Sounds like it.
Totally. And there's these chocolate bars, like, you know, I love Hershey's because it's fairly local. I love going to Hershey Park and stuff, but the candy, it's like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I think it was a game changer back in the day, but I think you can get much higher quality. And so there's this brand of chocolate called Tony's. Have you ever had one of these?
I don't think so.
It's really good. Really, really good. So I think that, and it's more ethically sourced chocolate. So it's good. Raw milk. I know you're not a big raw milk guy, but we love it at our house, and it's a lot more expensive than regular milk, but it's got more nutrients in it, and it's very good.
It's more expensive?
Oh, yeah.
That makes no sense. Aren't they, like, isn't it just coming right from the cow?
It's a good point.
Shouldn't it be less?
They have to do less work with it.
Yeah.
But it's good.
You don't have to pay anybody to process it or anything?
That's a good point.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I would say everything you just said, my wife agrees with, so we land in that area, but not because of me.
Yeah, I did solicit my wife's help on some of this because I was like, what do you think? What do you think it's worth spending money on? We overlapped on some things, but she did give me some ideas here that were helpful.
Well, you're a better husband than me. I did not solicit any help. I would say good books. Books are, typically something that I probably don't hesitate enough before buying.
Yeah.
But I was thinking it's going to better. I mean, as long as it's a decent book, it's hopefully going to better me.
Yeah.
And so it's probably worth these days with a Kindle or whatever, the $10. Or sometimes I just like to have it on my. Sometimes, I mean, I'm more of a physical copy guy, but they're more expensive, so it really depends on the book. But I think I probably pay a little bit more for books than other people.
Yeah. I'll piggyback off of that, and I have a really nice Bible. For Matt, a couple years ago, I bought for Madeline and I 2 genuine leather Bibles with our like names engraved on them, like really real leather, high quality. And it just like you open it up and it flops perfectly. It doesn't like close on you. It's just a really, really good quality Bible that it's the book you should want to pick up anyways, but the quality of the Bible itself should entice you all the more to pick up this book. And not a cheap plastic fake book that is going to fall apart. And I think this is a good legacy move too, because you can pass it down to one of your kids when you pass away, because it will hopefully last you a lot longer because you're buying a quality Bible. So.
Yeah. I used my Bible from my parents wrote on the inside of it. I think it was 2001. They got it for me. I still use it.
Nice.
It's leather. I brought it on our senior field trip to Canada. I left it in the hotel.
Oh, no.
And I think my parents had to pay like $100 to have it shipped back from Canada to. So I don't know. That was costly, but it's a good memory of like, wow, I got this back from Canada. Like it's just it's been with me for a while.
For sure. Here's an example of something that we've only done this once. We didn't need to do it, but it served us well, and we'll probably do it again. And that was a cleaning service for our house. We can clean our own house, and we do. But sometimes it's nice to have somebody else do it for you, and they'll do things that you wouldn't otherwise do. They'll clean areas that you like don't even notice because you just live in it. They'll organize things for you, and every once in a while, it's sort of like a reset, like you kind of like factory reset your house. Paying somebody, it's not terribly cheap, but to do a good deep house clean for you, I think is worth it.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think we've done it in this house. We had definitely done it in our old house. I think I might have gotten it as a gift for Danielle at one point, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good one. For me, I probably spend more on golf than the average person.
Okay.
If you watched me golf, you would never know that I spend more on golf than the average person. But I enjoy it. Typically, you're going out with people you know, so it's just a fun time of fellowship.
Yeah.
You're enjoying the outdoors, and I also think when you've got the golf game like I do, the one or two good shots you have around feel incredible.
Yeah.
So it's just a good kind of way to relax and enjoy the day.
It's a good one. Yeah, it's not cheap, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I love golf. On a similar line, hobby, for this one's just going to apply to me, not you. Maybe you play a little bit, and it's a really nice guitar. About 13 years ago, I purchased a very expensive guitar, expensive for me, that has really served me well. It's a guitar similar to the Bible thing. Like I want to play guitar, but a really nice guitar makes me want to play it even more. Like I don't love playing cheap guitars. Like it's just that they don't sound as good. They don't feel as good, but a really nice guitar, you just want to keep playing it. And so that was kind of my thought, was I want something that's going to inspire me to play more, inspire me to write good music and all these things. So I bought that a good while ago now, and it's still going well. Again, legacy thing, like I'll be able to, as long as I take good care of it, I'll be able to pass that down to one of my kids if they become a guitar player or, something like that.
I have one. I was convinced that during COVID I was going to learn how to play guitar well.
Yeah.
I feel like every year I'm like, all right, this is the year, and I'll go through a week of lessons or whatever, like the online lessons.
Yeah.
One of these days I'll learn. I'll stick with it and learn.
Good. Do you have any others?
The other one that I thought of is just like I'll say solid entertainment. So like I thought of like my oldest son is really into basketball. So we went to a 76ers game last year. And it was just fun to watch him enjoy the basketball game. And I mean, I enjoy basketball too. So
yeah,
I enjoyed it, but it was all the better sitting next to Judah. And yeah, just being able to enjoy that. So like I was thinking, it's already August. He and both of my sons love to watch Phillies. So hopefully, although they're pretty good right now, so tickets might not be the cheapest.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hopefully we can get out to a Phillies game.
Yeah. Or take him to see King James in the fall.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to support that, but
What kind of Sixers fan are you, man?
I love the Sixers.
That's crazy.
I'm so upset that I have to root for LeBron James now.
Whatever. All right. I was going to say, my wife got me for my birthday last year, a new gym bag. And she got it on you could have just, she could have bought a fairly inexpensive one on Amazon or something, but she got it on Etsy, and it's like handmade and nice canvas with like good leather strap. And I would say kind of tied in with this would be like gear for the gym. Like I have, somewhat expensive, not expensive, but nicer pairs of gym shorts and shoes and even socks, like a nice pair of socks, things that will entice you all the more to get to the gym and do the thing that you want to do by working out. And I don't want that nice gym bag to just sit in my car useless. I want to actually bring it into the gym. So having some nice equipment there, some nice gym gear helps me in my pursuit of exercising and health and training and all that stuff.
So you think getting something more than the $8 pair of Target shorts that I have would help me get to the gym more?
Not necessarily, because I think that on the flip side of things, I'm trying to think of, I feel like I've seen it in a show where like somebody like gets the motivation to like work out again, and they buy all this like really fancy like gym workout clothes and stuff, and they go to the gym one day and then they never go back. So, that's probably a bad way to use your money. But if it's actually going to inspire you, that's not going to be the thing that gets you in the gym, but it could help a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that's an okay thing.
Yeah.
Do you have any others?
I think that was it for me.
All right. I just have a couple more. I'm going to fast forward a little bit in the year to winter, because we have this
Can't stand winter
routine of, it's kind of become an annual tradition where we go out to buy our Christmas tree. We don't buy a super cheap one. It's a fairly nice, we don't cut it down yet. Our kids aren't quite old enough for that to be part of it, but I think we will at some point.
None of the Christmas trees are cheap these days, but
True. Yeah, I mean, you could get like, we did have like a cheap Walmart fake tree when we first got married, and
fake trees.
Yeah,
Worst.
but I felt weird. Like I don't feel like buying a tree like just for me and my Madeline. Like maybe I should have. Maybe I'm a bad husband. But it was when we started having kids that we were like, let's make this a tradition. So we go to the tree farm, we get the nice tree. We go to this antique store right down the street from the tree farm, and every year we get a new Dickens Village piece. There's like these like Dickens Village, like Victorian Charles Dickens, Scrooge style. Like you can get houses and little stores that kind of make up this tiny little village. So we've just slowly been adding to that each year, and it's totally unnecessary. Doesn't serve us in any other way other than I like the way our house looks when it's Christmas time and we can set all that stuff up. We add a new piece each year, and we can slowly build this little Victorian Christmas village in our house.
Yeah, it's really cool. My wife's my wife's family did that at some point, and they've got this huge village now. So that's
nice.
a cool tradition you guys are starting.
Yeah. And then on the same line, along the same vein, last year I invested in a better snow shovel and waterproof winter gloves, which came in real handy with the winter we had last year. Because when we first got married, I don't know, Madeline just had this collapsible shovel. And our very first year of marriage, it snowed a ton. And I had to dig out our cars with this dinky collapsible shovel that even when it was fully expanded was still like a tiny kid's shovel basically. But it would just collapse on itself every time I would use it. So I'd be shoveling and my back would be killing me because I'm using this tiny little shovel that keeps collapsing on itself, and it's basically a toy. And that was terrible. So last year I was like, enough is enough. I'm buying a real snow shovel, getting good gloves so that if I have to be out here for a few hours digging out our cars, I'm going to at least do it with the right equipment. I'm not going to kill myself.
Yeah, I'm going to need to prepare better this year. I do not have a good pair of gloves, and I feel like every time I had to shovel this year, my hands were frozen and wet, and yeah, that's a good call.
Yes. Yeah, because then the kids come out and I want to start pegging them with snowballs and stuff. And once you touch the snow, it's all over if you've got like little cloth gloves or whatever.
Just make the kids cry.
Yeah, I hit Theo in the face last year and I felt bad, but
toughens them up.
Yeah, hopefully. All right. That was our list. I don't have any others.
Yeah, I am good. Although I feel like I only thought now. I feel like now that you've opened all the seasons, I could probably think of a few more, but
yeah,
probably not off the top of my head.
Yeah, that's okay. I think the danger in thinking about like the point of this episode is not you have carte blanche permission to just go buy a whole bunch of expensive things. It's being thoughtful about it.
Yeah.
Planning for it, preparing for it, and not letting it influence every single aspect of your life that you now have to go expensive. You have permission to go expensive on every single thing you buy ever. I'm just going to buy the more expensive thing because they said it was good and it's better to buy quality. And I think there is a lot to that. Like, you know, you could even think about the source of, I mentioned a little bit like the source of like the coffee and the chocolate that I buy. But I think the same goes for like the products we buy too. Is that being made by slaves in China? Like, or, you know, if you're just buying the cheapest thing on Amazon, do you know where that's coming from? Or could you find an option that's maybe made by an American family? And, you know, there's other considerations as well that you're potentially considering the ethics of where these things are coming from as well. But again, that doesn't mean you have to just always buy the most expensive thing of whatever it is that you might be buying. Far from that, because that could be a lifestyle creep thing that could cause you to way overspend. Yeah, of course.
And just because we have these lists doesn't mean everybody has to share these lists. Like, it doesn't sound like either one of us are big car people.
Yeah.
Like, even the other day, I saw a family member of a neighbor pull up to their house in an Aston Martin.
Yeah.
And I mean, I looked at it, I was like, that is one of the coolest cars I've seen. And it was the James Bond car. Like, that's what you think about with Aston Martins and everything. But it didn't, like, I'm just not a car guy. It didn't make me think, oh, man, wouldn't it be great if I could afford, I could go out and get an Aston Martin. That's just not the way that I think. But I think it's legitimate when some people really like cars and they'll be able to enjoy it. And they'll make good use out of it and enjoy it. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I could see myself someday when I'm further along in my wealth building journey where I would buy a car that's a little bit more than what I would typically buy. But for now, I'm more than content to drive the most utilitarian thing that I can find that's going to serve me and just going to get me where I need to go. I'm not trying to impress anybody with my car. But someday I think I like a nice car. Like, I've never really had a nice car, but maybe someday. For now, I'm good.
Yeah.
Don't need it. All right. 5 questions to ask before you make any kind of upgrade in your life as we kind of wrap things up today. Number 1, can I pay cash? If not, maybe just pause and think about it a little bit.
Right.
Again, you don't always have to avoid every single possible form of debt. You're probably going to use debt to buy a house.
And sometimes it can make, like, as long as you have discipline, it can make sense for, like, a lot of times they'll use the 1 year at 0%.
Right.
If you have discipline, then you're going to pay that off in 1 year. You're actually kind of beating the system.
Yeah. And I've mentioned this before, but the couch example, they offered a 2-year, like it was a promotional, like President's Day weekend sale or whatever, with a 2-year 0% interest credit card for the Lovesac. And we wouldn't have been able to probably afford it otherwise, just straight up. I mean, we could have, but it would have been too much. But basically we kind of reverse saved for it by just getting to enjoy the couch 2 years prior, but then paying for it over the next 2 years with no interest at all. I didn't miss a single payment. I paid it off early and, debt free now, which is nice. But yeah, I think that can be certainly an okay move.
Yeah.
Okay. That's number 1. What's number 2?
Have I waited before purchasing? Especially in this day and age, it is so easy to just think of something that you might want and buy it immediately.
Yeah.
And it's just going to get easier and easier with, like, I think it's the terms agentic AI, where you're just going to be able to, like, talk to AI and say, hey, buy this for me.
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense especially with bigger purchases, to just wait and make sure that it's something that you actually really do want because you'll enjoy it, or you do just need it, or it's going to be a little bit nicer and you won't have to replace it every so often, instead of just buying it because you thought about it.
Yeah. Number 3, does this align with my values, not just my impulses? So is this actually going to serve my value? Like, what am I trying to build in my life? What are my family goals? What are my life goals? Are these things, the things that I'm considering, or the thing that I'm considering in this moment? Is this serving that, or is it just like, I just really want that because I just found out about it and it's super cool?
Yeah. Or like, I mentioned the Aston Martin, but I've also always liked the Camaro But I also like what it looks like. Like, ooh, how cool I look driving down Westchester, the street of Westchester in my Chevy Camaro.
Right.
I don't want to be impulsive just because I'm going to look cool doing it.
100%. I will say that, again, we're not necessarily against even just purchases that, like, I think a value in your life could just be beauty. And like, I go back to like the home decor example. Like, does buying a nice picture for my wall serve my values? You could argue no, but you could also absolutely argue yes. Like, this is making my home a place that's inviting for my family and for people to come over. And it's actually serving other people by making my house a beautiful place to come. Like, that serves other people. So 100%. And I think a car could do the same thing if your heart's in the right place with it. Like, if you give people a lot of rides for some reason, I don't know, like I'm trying to think of an example, but that it could actually serve you and other people, even if it's a little bit nice, even if it's a Camaro. I think you can answer that positively.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is don't do it because you just want to look cool.
But it might be harder. Yeah, exactly. Yep. All right, what's the next one?
Will this still matter in 5 years? Is it durable enough to last? Will I still use it?
Yeah.
It's not just going to be in the back of my closet or whatever.
Yep. And then number 5, can I thank God for this purchase? This is a really helpful way to go, am I just doing this for myself, or is it a way for me to actually glorify God? And I think it's just a helpful thing to kind of finally wrap up this conversation.
Yeah.
How can we glorify God with the things that we spend our money on, even if we're spending a little bit more than usual?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Good.
I can definitely think of things where the answer is yes.
Yeah. I think the point of the conversation is that the Bible doesn't call you to buy the cheapest possible thing every single situation in your life.
Yeah.
I think we wanted to at least give you some permission, because last week it was kind of an episode on like, don't live like the rich fool. And that's still 100% true in this episode. But I think you could take some of those principles and just go, well, therefore, I can never spend money on any kind of earthly pleasure ever.
Right.
To avoid that.
Yeah.
And I don't think that that's the case either. I think God gives us all things richly to enjoy. And therefore, as long as we're glorifying him, we can make these decisions wisely and even spend a little bit more money if we do it.
Yeah. While still prioritizing other good things in life, like generosity.
Yes. Yep. Any other thoughts?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, this was a fun episode.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, and tune in again next week. God bless.
And hopefully we didn't create a desire to go out and buy more things.
Yeah. But giving you permission, to not, I don't know. We've said enough.
All right. Now you're cutting me off. That's fine.
What? I didn't cut you off.
No, I'm just kidding.
Did you have anything else you want to say?
No.
Good. God bless.
God bless.
Investment advisory services offered through Stonecrop Wealth Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. This material is intended for informational purposes only.